I just did a unboxing using this launch C reader right behind the Kia version. Okay, so we're going to use it to diagnose this airbag. Basically, light that's on, right? The customer came in and said you like that light off, so we're gonna get into diagnosing it, right? So I did scan the vehicle, and I got a B1346 driver airbag resistance too high first stage, right? When they say first stage, they mean they have a tab behind it, meaning that the airbag is like, you know, section off. If you see first and second, you got some issues behind here, right? So you'll see two tabs, so you gotta diagnose that, right? But we're gonna diagnose this vehicle, and I'm gonna show you little things that you could look out for and use to help yourself when you're diagnosing, you know, this airbag light, right? So first thing, right, you may come and press the horn and basically get nothing, right? So once you get that, right, you can go and check the horn and make sure it's working. I believe the horn is working, but of course we gotta go and do the checks. So I'm gonna go and substitute the load, or probably use my power probe and trigger the horn or whatever the case may be, and see what's good, right? Probably do it through the fuse. We could do that also. We gotta make sure that the fuse is also working before we condemn anything else, right? That's one. Two, I mean, the airbag light is on, so again, no horn. The airbag light is on. Here we have a check, basically diagnostic code for airbag resistance too high. So the next thing I like to do, right, we're gonna go into airbag event. All right, so we're gonna look and read data stream. I'm gonna show you exactly how easy this is. So you're gonna go into service data. Right, so we're gonna go into the driver airbag first resistance. We're not gonna use the second because it basically tells you the first one. We're gonna go into the driver, what's that, cab airbag resistance. Alright, so that's probably the one behind, because these have like airbags on the post and stuff like that, you know, for collision. So most likely we'll have one in the back as well. Alright, so we're gonna pick that one. Next we're gonna go into the driver's side. Is this driver's side? Yeah, this driver's side. Okay, so as I said, they have airbags right around in this vehicle. You're gonna go into passenger airbag first resistance. We could pick the second. I mean, let's pick it. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about. So you're gonna pick everything to do with resistance. You're gonna go passenger ABS resistance. Alright, cool. That's it. So we're gonna press OK. So right now the driver airbag resistance is 12.7 ohms. So that means we get high resistance right here. So the driver airbag second resistance 0 ohms. As I mentioned before, they said first stage, not second stage. So we could forget second stage. That is why I decided to show you what I'm talking about. Then you have the DCAB resistance, and you've seen it fluctuating from 2.8 to 2.47, you know, which is close to each other basically. Then it's letting you know that the passenger airbag first resistance is 2.3. So that's the airbag that's behind here. He's 2.3. So he is close to the these resistance right here, this airbag, right? And then we got the second resistance, which I mentioned to you. We don't have one in this vehicle, so we don't have to worry about that. And we also have the passenger side airbag 2.75. So we're supposed to be seeing 2.75 at this driver airbag first resistance. So we gotta ask ourselves, why not? Okay, so I believe the culprit is the spiral, which is behind the steering wheel. Okay, we're gonna go and diagnose this. But if you're doing it on your own, I recommend that you do take off the battery pull, because you don't want to let this, you know, ground be applied to this airbag and this explode in your face and give you a whiplash and damage you, right? And also it could deploy the other airbag, so you don't want that to happen. So I recommend that you take off the battery pull right? If you're messing with this, any kind of sudden impact or something like that could have these airbags employed and then deployed, not employed. Is it employed? That's a word? I mean, probably deployed, right? You don't want, no, it can't be deployed. It's gonna explode, right? You don't want the airbag to explode in your face, so make sure you take off the battery pull, right? So, and then you're gonna damage all these, you know, fine things that the customer have, and you gotta pay for it. So you gotta make sure and take off the battery pull. Safety is a must. So I recommend that we're gonna do that, and once we do that, we're gonna diagnose the vehicle, right? And most likely I'm gonna just go make the call on the spiral, right? And then we do our checks, we do make sure our measurements, and see if you get the horn to come back, right? So let me get that done. Okay, so I got the screws removed from the side, so you just want to lift this off. As I mentioned before, you gotta take that battery pull off. So if you can recall, I was letting you know about the first and second stage. So this is the first stage. So if you had two of these tabs behind you, then it'll have first and second stage, right? But you only got one, so we just gotta just raise this tab up like this. Okay, there's some small tin, and you just wiggle this off, so you don't want to break it. All right, and then you open this up, and you gotta take the horn ground off, and you just gotta take this tab off here. Kind of hard to do it with one hand. Okay, on real quick. Right, so you just raise that off, you get that off, and you just wiggle this out. Right, this off as well. You put this to the side. So we gotta get this spiral piece out of here, so I gotta use my impact gun and take the steering wheel off. So you try to keep it straight as possible. Okay, and yeah, so let me go and get the, what you call it, let me go and get the impact gun, and let me take this nut off. So I basically did all my checks off camera, right? So I'm gonna, you know, replace this spiral. This is the old one. Just got my hands on the new one. Right, so this is the new one. It comes ready set, so you just gotta keep it in that position, and you gotta pull that lock off. So you just gotta, you know, just pop it on. Just make sure everything lines up, and that's it. Okay, so the last thing you're gonna remove is this tab. Okay, so I gotta put everything back on. Right, you gotta plug the, what's this? Plug back on all the connectors. Right, I'm gonna put this back up as well. Alright, we didn't need to take off the indicators. Some, you know, some of them you do have to, but in this case we don't. Alright, I'm gonna just put this back here. Alright, make sure this is closed up. Alright, as I said, man, I did do all my checks off camera, so I don't need to, you know, explain everything. Sometimes I do get, you know, comments that I'm repeating myself or I'm explaining too much, so now it's like you're getting the roll, you dig? So I'm just gonna put everything back together, and with that I'm gonna show you exactly, you know, I'm gonna pull the pin, and that's it. I got everything back together, so let's put the ignition on and see what's going on with that airbag. Okay, we have to get the key. Alright, so let's put this back on. I see the battery light is on, everything is off, and we got that airbag light that flashed and came back on. Alright, so let's see if you can use the scan tool and basically, you know, clear what codes is on it. Okay, let's go back into history. Let's put this right here. Let's go quick assess. Let's go into this airbag. We have to, you know, remove the fault in order for the light to come off. If you can recall, we had a B1346. Alright, so let's do system. We're going to go into SRS airbag event 1. So let's read fault code. So that's history. Alright, so let's clear that fault code. Press yes. Okay, that's cleared. Do we have a special function? Nope, we don't. Let's go into read data stream and let's look at the service data. If you can recall, we had the DAB first resistance, we had the DCAB, we had what else? DSAB, we had the PAB, and that's it. Alright, so you see we down to 2.8, and if you can recall, before we had 12.7 ohms, which was high resistance. So everyone is around the same, right? So let's start the vehicle up and see if that airbag light come off. Nope, it didn't. Right, so let's come back out. Let's read fault code. So we got no check light. So why the airbag light is on? Did I forget to plug something? Let's go back into read fault codes. We got no fault codes. So why are you on? So let's see if the horn is working. The horn is working. Let's come out of there. Let's go back. Let's go back again. Alright, let's do a health report. So it just came off. I would like to know what was going on. So the airbag light is off, right? And we scanned for fault codes. It came back on. Why is that? Oh man. We got no fault codes. But the light is on. It just came off. Okay, it's off now. So probably did some checks, I guess. So we got a good bill of health, right? Airbag. We don't have no issue on the airbag. Let's make a report so we could, share with the customer and let them know all is well. Okay, so put in my information. So I'm gonna just send it to the customer so he could, see that I didn't make a blind, diagnose. It costs him any money. So you definitely gotta do your checks. Make sure that you're getting power and ground, right, coming from that unit. But I mean, I was able to check via the scan tool, and I saw that we had high resistance. So I mean, just kind of let me know, I did the right thing. Alright, so right now all is well. I don't have no issues on the ABS. It's normal. Just come out here and you actually hear the horn working. Right, and it wasn't working before. And the ABS, not the ABS. I keep saying the ABS, man. The airbag light is off. It just came back on. Okay, why are you on? This ain't no fault codes. Alright, let's come out of here. Is it because I'm in the system that it popped up? I'm not sure. Let's look at read data stream. And before we had 12.7, and now we should be down to the 2.8, which is ideal. So let's come out of here and make sure that the airbag light is off when I exit the system. For some unknown reason, yes it is. So apparently when you're in the system, the light comes on. Just like the Mitsubishi Lancers and stuff, when you diagnosing their vehicle, the neutral light does flash. So once you're in the system, the airbag light comes on. I guess it's probably when they're doing the checks. But yeah, that's it, man. Right, so I hope you don't forget to hit that like button If they hit that bell notification, leave a comment down in the box. I mean, the CR reader, the high-end Kia version, I know I was able to diagnose this vehicle using this, nice scan tool, bi-directional scan tool, using live data and, common sense, right? I was able to also change the spiral real quick for this customer, and you got the horn working. He had a good bill of health. He got nothing on, right? So until next time, y'all take it easy. Peace.